All right, it's time to call this meeting to order, or call this meeting to order. The best Rotary Club in the. There we go. Eric, I guess you got invocated.
Bow our heads. Lord, be with us in our meeting today. Be with us in our lives. Give us your security and grant us your peace. Amen.
Thank you. And our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And our four-way test. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? And we have a song. Daryl, we have a song.
Yeah, we do. We're going to sing one that we all know. And if you don't know, it's going to be on the sheet that you have, number 7. You're a grand old flag. Here we go. You're a grand old flag. You're a high flying flag. And forever in peace may you reign. You're the love, the land I love, the home of the free and the brave. Every heart beats true under red, white, and blue, where there's never a boast or gray. Should old acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on the grand old flag.
All right, thank you. All right, do we have any visiting Rotarians? I thought Paul might speak up.
I have my friend Andy here. She's a member of Passport Club Northwest, and it looks like they're starting to close up because the Canadians aren't coming across. So she's looking to transfer into our club. So I invited her here for a meeting.
All right, thank you. And do we have any guests of Rotarians? Carrie?
Hi, today I brought with me Mr. Brad Hendry. He is our band instructor and will also be taking on a new class, which we can share here in a minute. So thank you.
All right, moving on to club businesses, club business and announcements. We have the September 4th golf scramble. And can we get the mic to Dawn over here?
I believe Carl kind of wants to get in on this. He's got some talking points as well. I am in charge of the beverage. I am the beverage committee. So, so any other requests? We're getting kind of down to that deadline. If there are any special requests for certain things, diet, whatever, let me know that. That's about it.
Thanks, Don. I want you to get all the hard whiskey you can for my opponents. So the golf scramble is, let's see, that would be September 4th, which is next Thursday night. We have about 33 or 4 golfers signed up, which is great. Probably have about 45 people total for meal. I appreciate the support. We have our cart people over here. And thank you for pitching in and helping lubricate all of our swings with drinks. And if there's any questions or you want to sign somebody up, just see me. I don't have a thing to pass around. We've done that 2 or 3 times, so we're good to go. Thank you.
All right, next on our list, we've got scheduled for September 9th, the board retreat, board meeting. And we'll be doing that over here at the senior center. And I'll fill in the details with that with the board and come up with an agenda here pretty quick. The next thing coming up after that is our September 11th salmon barbecue. Social hours from 5 to 6, dinners at 6. It looks like we've got the shelter reserved. We've got the salmon ordered, and Cheryl's got the catering for the sides and desserts. And sounds like cooking supplies are handled. Mike Janicki, were you getting firewood? There was a big question mark. There you go. All right. And Chuck, did you have anything you wanted to add?
I guess they can't hear me. Anyway, everybody be there if you can. Bring your family. It's always a good time and one of our premier events. And we've got the fish ordered and we're all set. We'll leave at 8 o'clock on that morning to get the fish, and that's an all-day affair.
And it looks like they're looking for folks to be at the park by 2 to help with setup and then stay for cleanup. So whoever can do that, that'd be most appreciated. I would really appreciate the help. All right, moving on. We have the September 13th work party at Teeks. I'm going to pass this around one more time just to see if we can get this going. Josh has been keeping this moving forward here. So we'll pass this around for another, see if we get another set of volunteers. And once again, be doing the typical landscaping maintenance, rakes, shovels. We'll only be there from 8 a.m. till noonish. I think Teek said he's going to have snacks, donuts for the morning to get started. And I'll bring the tractor up there. And if you have weed whackers, that kind of stuff. So we'll be looking for that kind of stuff. And Carrie Carlton, can you and Brad come on up? I had to pay Carrie $6,000+ to get her to come on an off day. So at our last board meeting, we approved doing some funding for the instruments for the Mariachi Band. I'm going to have Carrie and Brad come up here and talk a little bit about what that's going for. And then I've got the big check to hand off to them. And it looks like David's ready to snap a couple of photos. So Carrie, are you or Brad going to get up and talk? You can absolutely. Carrie. Whoop, there you go.
Well, first off, I just want to say hi, everyone. I apologize that I haven't been here much over the summer. I was doing summer school for 60 students in person through the month of July. And so if you wanted to see me, you could have stopped by the high school. But I want to start with how grateful I am to you. Every single year, I'm just astounded when I stand at the auction and I feel the care and the guidance and the mentorship and also the financial support that you provide our seniors. They are then able to do great things and then come back to us. And so the other part that is so extraordinary about this club is how you support our music programs. And this is just one indication. I want to have Brad share more about the mariachi class, how it started, what our purpose and our goal and our mission is. But he wouldn't be standing up here without you guys saying, yes, we want to give this a go and we want to support the high school. And so I just want to say thank you, because when Lynn handed me the check, it's hard not to tear up because I feel the care and love that comes from every piece of who you are and what you provide. So thank you. All right, I am excited to introduce Brad Hendry. I actually said I think he should join Rotary, not me, because he was way more popular walking into the room than I am. I'm not popular anyway, but I mean, like everyone recognized him and it's kind of a thing. So how many years have you been at the high school?
22. This is my 22nd year.
22nd year. So when we think about the stability of what our kids have when they come, like now we're probably having seniors who are starting to have little ones to talk about Mr. Hendry and what band is like. And so anyhow, it just means a lot. Okay, and this is year 15 for me, 12th as principal, because Mark Venn hired me and took a chance on me. And then Mr. Phil Brockman was willing enough to give me the chance to lead as principal. So thank you.
Well, thank you, Carrie. And I absolutely echo that gratitude for this Rotary Club. It's been immensely supportive year after year after year. As Carrie said, I'm entering my 22nd year, and the amount of support you've given not only me, our school, our music programs, but this community in general is astounding. And it makes me very proud to be part of this community. And I mentioned to a couple other people, I just dropped my son off at college just a week ago. He's going to Syracuse University in upstate New York, long ways away. And because of that, I'll be here at the high school for at least 22 more years. So anyway, a little bit about the mariachi class. So music class that we're starting brand new. It's a little bit terrifying for me because I've never been in a mariachi class. I've never taught a mariachi class before. Just put this out there just to, I'm not Mexican. But this music is definitely from that heritage, from the culture of people from Mexico. And if you hadn't noticed, our community is changing and our students are, our population is changing. And this is an awesome opportunity for us to connect with a population within our school that we normally wouldn't, or that I wouldn't normally in my classes that I typically teach. So I'm really excited about that opportunity. I've already had some amazing opportunities to get some professional development over the summer and attend some conferences to be better informed about how to teach this, teach it well, teach it in the right way so that those students can feel proud and connected, and then start to grow this brand new program into something that's truly theirs and connected to our high school and our community, and not just a separate thing they do on their own. So last thing, and then I'll shut up. I also have some students in my band program, also not Mexican, that are so excited to learn in this. They're like, that music sounds really fun and cool, and I can't wait to learn more about it. So really, it is about bringing everybody together in this musical adventure. So I thank you so much for your support for this and look forward to the opportunity to teach it.
All right. So put us wherever we want to put, but before I get up here and hand this, I am not paying you to come to every meeting. You're going to have to just show up. Okay. I'm not going to give you money every time. So, and I'm really looking forward to what our Christmas music programs are going to be sounding like. Hopefully this year we'll have at least a little bit different Christmas theme. I really did when I actually ran into Carrie downtown right before our Rusty Zipper breakfast. And I said, if I give you $6,000, will you show up at a Rotary meeting? And she's like, yes, 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 yes. And then I told her it was 4, and she said, oh yeah, I'll still show up. So the last thing before we move on to raffle and sergeant at arms, Chuck Rule handed up a card here for the Dillon family. Also sad part of the job here, but service will be tomorrow at 2 p.m. at Lemley Chapel. And here's our card. If we can send this around, have everybody sign it. And I'm going to leave it at that with that. It's a sad time for all of us here. And with that, Dan, do we have a raffle?
First number we have is number 54. Mark Nilsson. We're gonna spin it. Shelly Shack, $25 gift card. What's that, Mark? Okay. Next up, we have number 16. Teak. And we have a Paul Harris Award winners pay $2 each. So Kyle, could you pick up money back there for me? And Mandy, will you pick up money as well? Mandy, will you pick up money for me? $2 for Paula Harris Award winners. Next up, we have number 41. Anybody have number 41? She wants to grab a wine there. All right. No, not unfair at all, because we even have wine on the wheel too, but you just grab a wine and go. Congratulations. Yeah, let's do one more. And number 27, last one, 27. Don Ostrom. Oh, past presidents pay $5 each. Raise your hand in here if you're a past president. Past president, raise your hands. $5 each.
All right. Are you going to have to raise any more money this Sergeant at Arms here or what?
Yes, we are.
All right, we're moving into Sergeant at Arms.
It'll be quick and easy. All right, couple things we've been talking about, things that we do as fine masters, Sergeant at Arms. One of the things we do is everybody should be getting their Rotary International magazine each month. And so in there, we have our new Rotary International president. Let's see who we should have. Let's have this table right here. Do you guys know who the new Rotary International president is? Donald J. Trump. No, that's not it. So that's $1. And at this table, except for Louis, where is our, well, the guy's name is, what's his name, Louis? Francisco Arezzo. Where is he from? Louis, I said except Louis. Now everybody's got to pay. All right. Next up, the other thing we can do is we can find people for advertising. And as you can see, the shirt I have on is what kind of shirt? It's a Edward Jones shirt. And we have a couple people who work for Edward Jones that belong in the club. Carl, can you pay $1 for Yulia because I'm advertising? All right. And Nick, you got the other $1 there for Ed Jones. And thank you, Nick, for the shirt. It's great. And now we're going to get everybody involved. I want everybody to stand up. and put $1 in, $1. I've got 2 coins in my pocket, and I'm going to flip those coins. And before I do, though, you got to guess whether or not we're going to have both of them heads by putting both hands on top of your head, or both tails by putting both hands on your bottom, or one's going to be heads and one's going to be tails by putting one hand on top and one hand on the bottom. So before I flip, let's go ahead and make your decision as far as what you're going to do. Mandy, you get to decide too. You got to decide, is it going to be both heads, both tails, or a head and a tail? All right, everybody's set? All right, we'll just flip them right here. Oh, look at there. Down to the floor, we have tails and tails. If you guess both tails, you should still be standing. Now we're going to do round 2. And go ahead and make your decision. What are you going to pick before I flip them? All right, for those standing, here we go. And we have a head and a tail. So if you had a head and a tail, you're still in. All right, we have Mark. Kyle, are you still in? Or are you just helping? Okay. Dave, Carrie, our guest, Brock, Steve, Mandy, and Bill. All right, everybody make your decision. No, Mandy, are you out? You're out. Okay. All right, here we go. We're ready to go. Tails, tails again. 2 tails. So who do we have left? We have Steve and Carrie and Dave left. All right, you 3, make your decision. What are you going to do? All right. No, you can't all 3 do the same thing. Come on. Someone's got to switch. Dave switched. All right. Steve. All right, there we go. One of them's going to win. We have both heads. Carrie wins. Oh, David, you had both heads too? Oh, you switched because... Okay. All right, here we go. You 2 choose. All right, Dave's going to go both heads. Carrie's going to go heads and tails. Both tails. All right, you get to do it again. Dave's going to go both heads again. Heads and heads. All right, anybody happy dollars? Half of the pot. See, how many people do we have in here? We go to David.
Okay, there's a buck because that's all I got left. But I set these on your table. My wife is part of the hospice board, has been for many, many years. The annual auction, which is ports of call, where we travel around the world to different places. It's coming up on the 27th of September. Always a good time. This is the major fundraiser for hospice. If you're not familiar with hospice, they do all kinds of wonderful things. We've personally, as a family, had to use hospice, and this is a very worthwhile organization. So please check it out, and if you can attend.
Here we go.
I got a couple bucks. My kid survived freshman orientation this morning. She really wanted me to go with her, and we didn't find out till the last second that parents were not invited. But she got through it, and I just want to say to you, biggest band nerd ever for most of my life. Still am. I'm sorry about my kid being a choir.
A happy something there. I'm not sure how much was left. This for Mark Nelson. Mark took me fly fishing over on the Mcllraith River last week. Caught a lot of fish. Mark is an expert fly fisherman, so highly recommend. Thank you, Mark.
Missed anniversary week last week because my wife and I were on a cruise to Alaska for a week. So the weather was just like this, though. That was the problem.
Okay, I did a Venmo because I didn't have this amount, so I apologize. So I'm doing a happy 100. Thank you so much again for the donation. Really appreciate it.
All right, thank you, Terry.
And I'm gonna just donate this right back to the club, this 25 that I got. And it is so cool that we're so supportive of the music program at Sedro Woolley High School. It's just been a joy to watch the progression and how good you get year after year after year, both with you and the strings and having the orchestra. It's always really wonderful to share that with people. I see how great the music program is here. So good job. We'll be excited to hear the mariachi group.
Anybody else? Anybody else? All right, that's it.
All right, before we move on, can we see, is the card over here with Bill and Keith? Got it. All right. So let's make sure we get that around before we break today. And early leavers, if you need to take off. But Daryl's got us set up with some new member talks this week. So Daryl, take her away.
Well, first up, we've got Mandy Mushongo. Mandy, will you welcome Mandy? And she will give a talk on herself. Welcome, Mandy.
All right, my name is Magdalena Mushongo. I was born, and how long do I have? About 10 minutes? Okay, good. I was born in Zambia, which is South Central Africa. I have a little bit of PowerPoints, that way I don't forget, because I came to this country in 2002. So I've lived in America more than I've lived in Zambia. So, all right. So, points, 1 second. Okay, so there are about 72 tribes in my country. So about 72 languages, and I speak about 5 of those. And then the country is pretty new. So we got our independence and was named Zambia in 1964. So we are now on our 7th president. So pretty new country, yeah. And the climate is more tropical, and so we have about 20 million people. When I came to this country in 2002, there were about 9 million. So now we have about 20 million. It's doubled. Okay, and then what else? The food that we eat. It's called nshima, made out of cornmeal. So that's our staple food, nshima. And then tourism. So it's home of the Victoria Falls. So I don't know if anybody knows about that. So it's one of the 7 natural wonders. It's really breathtaking. Should travel there and go see it. It's beautiful. And then, so let's talk about my family. So I have 3 biological children. So my husband and I have a blended family. So between my husband and I, we have 5 children. So my husband has 2, I have 2, and then we have 1 together. What do? I work for Birchview Memory Care. It's here in Sedro Woolley. It's like maybe 3 minutes drive on Township. The director of sales there, I was telling, what's your name again? Daryl. I was telling Daryl that the job that I have really was not planned. In the past, I've been a memory care director, assisted living director, but all in healthcare, but never thought that I'll do marketing. I love it so much because I get to help people, and I'm a Christian, so I work helping people. I just love it. Meet different people, even if they don't move their loved ones into Birchview, and their support, because I've been in healthcare since 2004, so I love what I do. Yeah. All right. So are there any questions before I'm done? Okay. All right. So that's
Mandy,
me.
what did your parents do?
Oh, what did my
growing
parents
up?
do? Oh, good. Okay. So good. My dad worked for a company called Zambia Breweries. I don't know about now, but then it was the only country that made the beer in Zambia. So all the parties, all the functions were over at my place. Christmas parties, New Year, right? So yes. Yeah, so good question. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, that's what my dad did.
How about siblings? Did you have any siblings growing up?
Yes, great questions. Oh, good. Yes, I have. Okay, so I lost my older sister and the last born in our family. So now we're 6 of us. So my elder brother is an auditor back in Zambia. And then my sister owns a mine in a place called Solwezi. So she's the one that brought me here, Faith. And when I heard about Rotary, I was actually excited because I used to be a Leo in my country. My sister, the one that owns this little mine in Zambia, is a Lion. So so it's kind of similar, but I think Rotary is better. Yes. Oh yeah. Okay. Any other questions?
What is the native language in Zambia, and how do you say hello?
Okay, so there's 72 languages, right? So I speak my father's language, my mother's language, and 2 common ones which you need to at least speak. So me and my husband is from Zambia too, but came here when he was about 2 years old. So he can't speak my mother or father's language. So we have one of the 2 common languages that I can speak with him. So I can speak, the common ones are either Bemba or Nyanja, and I speak both fluently. Yeah, my husband can only speak one, but I speak both fluently, and I speak my mom and dad's language fluently too. Yes.
And how do you say hello in those languages?
Oh, so in Bemba, the language that me and my husband speak is Mulishani. And then Nyanja, the language that the language that me and my husband speak is Nyanja, and it's Mulibwanji. And then the language that I know, Bemba, is Mulishani. And then my father's language, which is Lozi, is Muzuhile Chwani. And my mother's language is, hello means, you say Mwapunduku. So with my father's language, there's, so with tradition, they have this ceremony that is huge, that is known in my country. It's well known. It's called Kuomboka. And it's pretty interesting. You should look it up on YouTube. Yeah.
Mandy, as you were growing up, what language did you learn in school?
Good question. So my parents never allowed us to speak. So my parents, and apparently even my husband's parents, never allowed us to speak, the Bemba or the Nyanja. So would speak either, so for me, I would speak either Lozi, my father's language, or my mother's language, and then, or English. So at least those 3. So now you can imagine I would mix up, right? I would speak Bemba, I would speak Lozi, Soli, and English. And when my dad was upset with me, he would also mix it up. So then, things are not good. Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
What ages are your children?
Oh, great. Okay, so I did mention that blended family, right? So it so happens that my husband's oldest and my oldest are the same age. So they're both 19. And then our second one, so my husband's and mine, in fact, my husband will be here with my stepson. They'll be playing golf on the 4th. So they are 17. And then our baby is 3, almost turning 4. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
When my family decided to leave their homeland of the Netherlands, they looked at many, many different countries. And I was wondering why your family or you chose the United States of America.
Okay, great. So my sister that I told you is doing pretty well in my country. The one that owns that mine, Faith, is her name. So she started doing well, and everybody wants to come to America, right? Like that's somebody's dream. So my sister one day just said, you know what? I'm doing well, Madeleine. I'm going to send you to America. So at that time, I just completed high school, and I didn't want to come here though. So it was, at first it was kind of imposed on me, and I was hoping that when I go get my visa, that I won't get it. But I got there, I didn't even have to talk much. Or like, oh, Miss Mushongo, come back at 12 and come get your visa. It's like, okay. So my plan was to just be here for a little bit and then go back. And so initially, the reason why my sister wanted me to come here was to go to school because I just graduated high school. But life happened and then got married, had children, and then now I'm here and I actually love it. I actually do. Yes. At first, it was kind of hard. Yes. Hi, Louis.
Can you tell us a little about what your husband does and where you live? Okay, yes. My husband works for Boeing. He's worked there for about 6 years now. So he's into like the safety department. That's what he works in. Yeah. I live on Camino Island. So I relocated from Texas in 2020. And it was because I had found my husband that was living on Camino Island. Yes. Yes. And I haven't regretted having relocated, by the way. So that means things are good. Okay.
All right. Any other questions for Mandy? Yes.
How often, or have you been able to go back and visit very often? And have your children had that opportunity?
Yeah. So, raising kids here, I would always postpone and say, I'm going to go. And then now there's even WhatsApp. Who knows that app? WhatsApp, right? So I video call my family. We talk, but my family's been coming here. My elder sister comes. My brother, who's an auditor, comes here also for work. So I get to see my family, but I haven't gone. I need to go. It's been a while. So yes. And my children, when they were growing up, now that the teenagers would always say, Mom, do you have giraffes in your backyard? Do you have zebras? I'm like, do you know how rich I would have to be to have that in my backyard? I'm like, no, you go to safaris to go see that. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Mandy.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Next up, we have Dan Mcllraith. Let's welcome Dan.
Got me ready to go? Well, I'm Dan Mcllraith. I'm also your police chief for Sedro Woolley. Mine's got a PowerPoint and it's got lots of photos to go through here. Anyway, I grew up in Skagit County. I was born and raised here. I've not gone anywhere. And I just kind of at the point where everything about me starts with my family. So next slide. Stand over here. I'll get this stuff out of the way. Just kind of my favorite stuff coming through. My favorite movies, Hoosiers. The reason that is that's the first movie I remember going with my dad to see. Yeah, food. I like good steak, brisket, prime rib. Favorite band's Foo Fighters, and I love rock music and country. Well, like I said, I grew up in the Bow Allen area. That's my dad. He was really into fishing. So I got to do a lot of fishing with him, and I did a lot of fishing on my own as a kid. I don't do a whole lot now because I can't catch anything anymore, and I don't have time for it. So if any of you guys know how to catch stuff, bring me along. You got to guarantee a catch, though. So just in my youth, I've always been into sports. So every time I had my daily day, even summers, in school, summers, I was always having to do chores first. Clean the house, do yard work, chop wood, stack firewood. We had a wood heat only house for quite a long time until I was a little bit older. So those were the things I did. But in the summers, I had a little bit more free time. So I was out around playing basketball. The basketball was my passion. I never got to the point where I succeeded at basketball. But right there, that's my brother. If anybody had a chance to play basketball in high school and further on, it would have been him. He had some injuries. He ended up being 6'10". I did not give that height. So that's kind of where I was. But I still have that in my mind. That's a photo of me in youth football. I was probably, I don't know, 12, somewhere around there. But that was my first time I played football, and I continued to play football in high school. And that's me in high school. I ended up wrestling in high school. That actually became my passion later on. I started wrestling in 7th and 8th grade. I maybe dabbled in a tournament or two when I was in the youth. But what it came down to, when my turnout for wrestling, my mom was really concerned about me getting hurt. Knowing that I was probably only about 5'3" and probably 100 pounds at that time, maybe less. I said, don't worry about it, I'll be fine. I went undefeated in all of middle school, 7th and 8th grade. So when I came to high school, what did I do? That wasn't my passion quite yet. My passion was basketball. I turned out for basketball, and I felt like I kind of got the raw deal and not making the first team of freshmen. Looking back, I was 5'3". So that's probably why. But what's kind of cool about it, the wrestling coach knew me. I was like, hey, can I come back to wrestling? He said, yeah, well, count your practice. I was in a tournament that weekend. So what ended up happening there is I lettered 4 years in wrestling. Football, I ended up lettering 3 years in football at the Burlington Edson High School. So, like I said, again, starts with my family. So up top here, this is my grandpa. He served in World War II. That's my dad, Bill. He served in Vietnam in the Army. And that's me. That's 3 generations. Grandpa, Mac. His real name's Dave, but he went by Mac. I go by Mac sometimes too. And he was 84 in that. My dad's 56 right there, and I'm 26. So just get a little heads up. This is my family right here. This is my sister Angela. She's the youngest. Family of 5, so I'm the middle son. That's me. I look pretty young. I still have hair. I'm not married yet. Don't have any kids at that point. Grandpa and my dad Bill and my mom Kathy. This is kind of later on, right? So I ended up getting married in 2008. And this is Savannah. This is my stepdaughter. I met her when she was about 4 years old, and ended up really becoming her dad. I raised her up and all the way through to where she's successful. And right there, that's Audrey. She's holding Audrey. That's my youngest daughter. And you can't see it. Audrey's in the kind of background right here, a little kid growing up, and I'm still kind of young, 30 something. And then right there. And I just like this photo because it's just the first time we went to, every time I see this, I just kind of laugh because look at Audrey's face. First time petting at the Skagit Fair. So that's kind of funny. Also family, so I got 2 nephews. That's Landon, my daughter's son, and Braden, the other, my sister's son. Audrey and Savannah. Again, I like sports, and I also am at work quite a bit. So I've been around with Audrey and Savannah all the time. Back up. That better? Those are my 2 dogs. They're part of my family, and this is just from a recent visit. So my daughter Savannah is now married, graduated from college. That's her husband, Aiden. And so basically we haven't seen her since the wedding last summer. So we went in April and went and visited her. And at the same time, we did kind of visit the Boise State because Audrey at the time was thinking about going there. Just some more photos, some other things to do. I'm kind of fun most of the time. Maybe not always at work, but I'm fun at work with my guys. What it comes down to is I like to teach my kids new things, right? So I've taught them how to snowboard. They haven't gone very much because we're just so busy, but that was probably Audrey was probably 10, 11 at that time. Savannah's a little bit older. And then here, what you see is that's my uncle Dave. He still lives in Concord area. My brother way back then, so you can see how tall he is. I got height in my family. I just didn't get it. That's me back there. And this was Landon's graduation. He graduated this year. And that's my sister pretty much now. That's my daughter Audrey now. That's my mom now. Braden's right in the back. And that's actually, barely can see him now. That's Josh, my my sister's husband. And that's my brother's wife, Colleen. Oh, I didn't cover this. You imagine what all flowers are for? So I grew up, no, I didn't grow up, but I have kids who were heavily involved in dance. I never thought I would ever be involved with dance, but I ended up probably watching like, I don't know, 15 recitals and 15 nutcrackers. It was a lot, but you get to enjoy that and see what your kids like and just learn to enjoy it. So I was very proud of them there. This is probably like the jumpsuit, Lynn. Remember those? That's I'm pretty new, so I have hair. This is probably right after Academy and maybe a family gathering or something, or maybe before Christmas. But that's one of the things Sedro Woolley has been really good about is I remember I'd ask, hey, I'm working nights. Can I go to my family's Christmas, bring my patrol car, and then just go right to work after that? Because I was always working back then. That's just the way it was. But again, that's my mom and dad. They were very proud of me when I became a police officer. My sister wanted to be handcuffed, so that was kind of a fun thing to do, take a picture of. And my brother had handcuffs on before that, so he really didn't want to. But anyway, that was just kind of fun. My mom's just really, really good at making me feel good. This is just when 2001, I actually got hired in the Scottsdale County Jail. I worked there for about a year. I told the sheriff what I wanted to do. I wanted to be on the road. He told me, give me a year. Give me a year. So I gave him a year, then I applied. So I started applying locally. Ended up getting picked up by Sedro Woolley. So I was really only in jail for about a year and 4 months before I went to the academy and got hired in 2002, November 2002. And that's a really young photo of me. Probably, I think my mom took it, I believe, probably during the summer sometime. But I went through the ranks pretty quick, probably quicker than I expected. 2007, I became a detective, and that was pretty short-lived. I ended up testing for sergeant and ended up going that route in 2008. So I was only a detective for about 8 months. But that was still a great experience. This is only on here. I don't know if, Lynn, this is on your board or if this is on my board, but I had the availability of when I was actually on day shift to bring my kids to work for a bit, and brought my kids to work. Lynn would kind of babysit for a while I was working for the hour before I dropped them off at school. And sometimes it was late start, so it was a little bit longer. But Lynn kind of filled in as a grandpa for a little bit. But this is one of the things that left on one of our boards. My foot hurts. I'm 8 years old. How much does it hurt? I guess 7 out of 10. 1 out of 10 is a 7. So she was really hurting. Sincerely, Audrey. It just kind of makes me laugh. I took a photo of that because I didn't want to miss that memory. And what it ended up being is she was growing too fast. So she was actually a foot, like a whole head taller than some kids at one point in her grade school. So work is a lot of what my life has been. I've worked all the way from I was 12 years old. I started picking strawberries in the fields and blueberries and spinach and then pea vining. And then I worked at a car wash for a few years before I got hired at the police department. During that time, like I said, I've been through lots of phases. I was the first member in this county to be included on the Skagit County SWAT team. So I was on the SWAT team. That happened in 2007 as well. So right after I became a detective, I was on a SWAT team member. That's just a photo, and that's also a photo they gave me when I left after about 11 years of service. Right here is a picture of me. One of the things I remember is we got called out to go to Linden Fair for the Trump rally. So we had to, provide extra security. And, this is just me working nights, and the kids stopped by because they had, I think it's probably Christmas Eve. I think they were going to a Christmas Eve party. So, working this job, you have to work a lot of weekends, holidays, nights. And Lynn had to include that. It's kind of fun. That was not the one. I think we learned from our mistake of handcuffing kids. That was not that one. There was one time, probably the time before, this is Central, I think at Evergreen, we started handcuffing kids, and we had to pretty much handcuff every kid in the assembly. I was worn out. But fun. It was still fun. This was just kind of a fun shoot with truck vault that Sergeant Eaton and I went to. So that's just kind of what we do. Here's Audrey. So one thing I didn't story to tell you about this, she danced up till about 8 years old, 8, 9 years old. And at the time she was playing softball, soccer, basketball, all that, and then going to dance 2 nights a week. So it was kind of a busy, hectic schedule. It's still busy and hectic now. But I remember walking up dances like, Dad, I don't want to dance anymore. I just want to play sports. And I was like, yeah, let's go. But you got to tell your mom that. I can't do it. She won't believe me. So that's a true story. It went well. She stopped dancing, and then she's been playing these sports. The only thing she wasn't too fond of was softball. She didn't fall in love with that. Probably because she got beamed in 2 games in a row. She got beamed 3 times, so she kind of called it good after that. But soccer, she still plays soccer. She plays soccer all the way since she was young. Basketball, probably since 2nd grade. She started doing track in the middle school, and still does it today. And she did select soccer. She actually just stopped select soccer because we just got too much going on. But she's still playing select basketball, AU, travel ball. But as freshman, she was varsity soccer, varsity basketball, varsity track. Led her in all 3. She'll do it again. Did it again last year, and she'll do it again this year. It's just kind of the way it is. So, there's her dancing young, and then I kind of always have a thought in my mind that she's probably the one that might end up being a police officer at some point, but we'll see. I always told her not to. She's also my wing woman, sporting events. Anytime I go to sporting events, I'm usually taking her or my other daughter, Savannah, but I got lots of these. We made a kind of habit, going to sporting events. Basketball storm game. We've been to the last 3 NCAA regional tournaments, whether it be in Spokane, Seattle, and Portland. We've done all 3 of those. So we like doing that, having a good time. Savannah, different path. Dance was her game, and horses. Audrey doesn't like horses, but as you can see, she did riding lessons and kind of earned some ribbon. She really loved horses, taking care of horses. Right now, I'm stuck with some horses, so if anybody wants them, they can have them. But yeah, so you can see the dancing and stuff they do. This was New York History Club trip, went to Philadelphia. This is one of my favorite photos with her. That was on that trip. That's at the Pentagon Memorial. So that was pretty cool. This is Aiden and Savannah on horses and on their honeymoon. So like I said, Savannah graduated from college last year in last May, and then ended up getting married in August. So pretty quick turnaround, but I love her. Other things I do, I love concerts. I've been to 8 watersheds from 15 to whatever. That adds up to. And then I went back this year after taking a couple years off. Foo Fighters, I've been to 6 of those concerts. Sporting events, love doing that. That Sock Mountain up top there. We did a lot of the Trek for Treasure, and that was one of them. I'm like, I can't believe I've never been up here. I've been around here forever. So that's pretty cool. Carl, you might remember some of these things, but I love to be in the water, kneeboarding, wakeboarding. I tested myself last year. I probably don't get that high anymore, but I can still do it. It's not hard. It's like riding a bike in my mind. So I still love the water. Things changed. So in 2017, I moved to Lyman. That's kind of one of the first things I did. In 2018, I started raising some animals. I built that pig pen right there. Kind of fortified it because I didn't want them to get loose. I've only had one pig get loose ever since then, but it was pretty fat by then, so it got tired out real quick. So I was able to drag it in. I was tired after that too. But yeah, pulling a 300-pound pig is not fun. So I was doing cows. I don't have any animals right now, but I'm about ready to get back into it. But I started off with 2 pigs, and then I finally went to 4 pigs, and then I went to 6 pigs. And sometimes I'm doing it year round. I've kind of learned I don't really like doing them in the summertime because they kind of stink a little bit. So when I do it again, I'll probably do it like a November, October to, butcher date in there. So yeah, I've raised them for meat. And again, I go March Madness. Other things I do, I like Husky games. And I'll reflect. I do like to gamble a little bit. Craps is my favorite game. That's Las Vegas right there. So I'll make a couple trips to Vegas a year at least, just for fun. So one thing about travel. So travel basketball, we've been traveling a lot. We go to Portland, California, Phoenix, Las Vegas, and so one of those times Vegas was a good time. I like that. Here's kind of a little gist of this. I had to do woodcut so much. I told myself I am never cutting wood again. When I moved in this house, it was wood only house. And I started doing cutting, splitting my own firewood again. So I did that. I have alternate heat sources now. I have heat pumps and air conditioning, so I don't have to do as much. So I actually took like the last 3 years off of cutting wood because I have so much wood. And I finally got a load from Janicki this year again. I've replenished that. So wood heat's nice when it gets really cold out. And that's Christine. That's another person I like hanging out with lately. So good thing going on there. Any questions for me?
Very thorough.
Did I cover it all?
Questions?
I covered it all. No questions?
You covered it all. Thanks, Dan. I think that's it, Mr. President. Did we get the card all the way around? Okay, thanks, Rick.
There we go. And we've got Teek's work party thing floating around back there. Perfect. Josh will get that one. And I think that's the most I've heard Dan talk in one setting for a long time. I want to thank our guests. Andy, thank you for coming. Appreciate it. Brad, I know I bribed Carrie to bring you here, but thanks for coming. We're happy to see you guys. And with that, we'll see you next week. We're adjourned.